Tonight at 8 p.m. Premieres on September 22nd, so set your DVRs. It's very cool because it's a totally different style than you're expecting from the Muppets. They have taken on a very real-world, reality-based kind of idea. There are some themes that, the kids might not get, but you're going to get. And you guys are in for some big exclusive stuff today. So I'm going to bring out our producers, and we're going to get this party started. First, we've got co-creator and executive producer Bill Brady. Co-creator and executive producer Bob Cashell. Executive producer and director Randall Einhorn. Executive producer and Muppet performer Bill Beretta. You guys are rock stars today. This is awesome. All right, so Bill, tell us real fast how this came to be.
So, you may know me from my other work on that other show, on that other network. But I got my start writing for Jim Henson. That's where I was first a writer. This was an amazing experience. I was very young at the time. A few years ago, about 10 years ago, I started thinking about putting the Muppets back on television and what Jim would do. And I decided that if Jim were looking at television today, he'd see the kind of shows that are on, like The Office and things like that, and that's what he would want to make fun of. So I said, this could be a way to do this. It's taken 10 years to convince people to do it, and now we're going to do it. Okay, so here's what we're going to show you. We have 10 minutes of footage. It isn't the show. It is the thing we shot to convince ABC to do the show. Because of the deals we made with the actors in it, who were very generous with their time, it can't be legally broadcast. It can't be shown anywhere, not even here. You are the only people who are ever in the history of the world going to see this. There are little clips of it that were used online, but the whole 10 minutes, this is it. You are the only people ever to see it. It's not the show. Afterwards, we'll tell you what the show is going to be. So this is the thing that only you can see, and you can see it now.
All right, let's run this. All right, so Bob, since that wasn't the show, tell us what the show is.
So the show is, the whole show takes place behind the scenes at Miss Piggy's talk show, Up Late with Miss Piggy. She's got her own talk show that is a late night talk show that airs ostensibly behind the Jimmy Kimmel show. And Kermit is her executive producer. Gonzo is her head writer along with Pepe and Rizzo who are on the writing staff. Scooter is the talent coordinator. Who am I forgetting? I don't know. Fozzie is her sidekick on air. Bobo's the stage manager. Sam Eagle is the head of broadcast standards for the network. So everybody from the Muppets has a position on the show, and it's about the intrigue that happens behind the scenes, but also at home and in their emotional and personal lives.
And Randall, you have a specific skill set that lends itself to this documentary style.
Documentaries. I started as a documentarian, shooting documentaries, and then somebody decided it was a good idea that I become the documentarian of The Office, which I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but it worked out. So, yeah, that's kind of the answer.
Right. And Bill, you are one of the Muppeteers as well. So, I'm going to bring out a couple other of the Muppet performers so we can talk to them about this endeavor. So let's bring out Mr. Dave Goles. Steve Whitmore the challenges of working as, with the Muppets as compared to working with other actors?
Who are you asking that to?
The guys who work with the Muppets.
We work with the Muppets?
The guys who work with the Muppets are here.
What is the challenge of producing a show?
I can explain it. Okay, first of all, you get a lot of monies. This is a lot like working with the people, okay? This is very similar. But it's sometimes a little tricky, right, Brandon?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because he's so bossy. Brandon very bossy. It makes it very difficult for me to say my lines. This is
All right,
but
It's really amazing because they're building the sets right now on stages 6 and 7 at Disney, and all of the sets are 4.5 feet above the ground. And all the sets also have movable platforms all through every hallway and every place where people would be walking. And they're all removable, like a giant checkerboard sets, and you can remove a square at a time so that people can walk and Muppets can walk next to humans and bands can play next to Piggy on her talk show.
The trick of the show, if it works, is to make it feel for the first time that you're seeing the Muppets in our world. That there's no barrier between the world they're in and the world we're in. And in order to do that, it's a magic trick. So Randall is shooting it as if it's the sloppy camera of a documentary, but every one of those camera moves has to be carefully choreographed. And I know, Steve and Dave, you were telling me you were telling me it's an odd thing because you guys are used to with the characters sort of making the shots pretty. And
Composition,
right.
Well, yeah, it's an advantage with the camera people. We're used to, we watch the monitors as we work, as a lot of you probably know, and it's that idea of we're always kind of composing a shot as we work. And in this case, it's a lot more of that is being left up to the camera operators. And frankly, it was scary, I think, right? I mean, I didn't know it would work.
Yeah, they have, with a human, they have sort of a plus-minus tolerance. You can go a little over, a little under the shot, but with us, it's plus something and minus nothing. We start seeing our heads. So the camera operators have to learn a little bit of a modified technique for us.
The other thing that's going to be really interesting is this is the first time, I think, in the history of the Muppets where I've just seen the blueprints for the set, right? And it's one giant, the set is one set. It's like the whole building is one set. So you're going to all these hallways and rooms and they're in actual places. We usually work with little sets, So suddenly we're going to be following the Muppets down all these corridors and things, which is
We set it up so that Kermit's office, he can, from his desk, he can see Miss Piggy's dressing room
Through the bullpen.
Through the bullpen, so that if she's coming toward him, he's aware of it.
You also plan to film some narration stuff as well, like to put it out in the real world. So there's a huge possibility that if you're in California and you're wandering around, you could stumble upon the Muppets filming scene.
I think part of the trick of this site, I think, is for me, is that we have to plan so far in advance because of all these trenches and platforms and troughs we need to build to be able to shoot it. That at the same time, when we shoot it, it has to look caught. It has to look found. Like when Piggy walks, Kermit walks in that first time, we've seen Kermit walk in through the stage to give the bad news, like that film we just saw, and the camera has to make it look like it's just found. So he's zooming in, and then he's ducking down to keep up the heads of the performers, and all the hands of the performers, so it's a constant adjustment, and it's very interesting.
Walking through a door for a human being is just a matter of grabbing the doorknob and turning it, opening the door and walking through. That right there is like a nightmare for us. It takes so much effort to make it look like the puppet is actually, grabbing something when they may just have rotted hands. And then, getting not just the puppet through the threshold, but also a team of puppeteers. Or, jostling and, most of us aren't really, broad-shouldered, but it's still hard.
That's one of the big problems, is that right from the beginning, the puppets are smaller than the people. So when the Muppets are in a normal relationship to each other, we are crammed into a tiny space.
Yeah, teaching Kermit to drive is a challenge in itself.
Also because we're mixing people and puppets together in the show and that work on the show, we also create a blueprint for the humans that need to be walking down the same hallway that the Muppets are. So we have to kind of pre-plan where their little platforms go versus where our holes are, and hopefully they don't fall off.
We were under show business, basically.
Yeah, that's what we did.
We're in a panel with Pepe on the panel.
You have any questions for me personally?
Can we be best friends?
I'm sorry, what?
Can we be best friends?
You're gonna have to call my agent. I'm sure we can work it out.
Excellent.
Yes, no problem.
For the performers, also, how do you guys manage filming scenes with multiple Muppets that you perform? You know, how do you handle that?
We double for each other.
Okay.
And then we dub the voices as they perform. And we kind of choose the person that, because we don't like each other. So we choose one that we would like to double first. Though some people are, better at certain characters than others. And whatever character has the most dialogue, we would like to do that character of our own. And that's applause worthy.
Something loves when
They're
there's
just
dialogue.
so excited about this show.
I'm so glad you approved.
We're gonna have dialogue, folks.
We're bringing talkies back.
Which of the Muppets is the trickiest to operate?
That's a funny question.
Well,
They all have
there
their
are a lot of them
challenges.
that are problematic. I would think that Bobo the Bear is one of the most difficult ones.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like wearing a house.
It's like carrying your, fat uncle around.
Piggy's difficult.
Yeah.
He's very
Piggy's heavy, right?
Yeah, she's not exactly white. I can say that, okay? But it's more than just weight. It's sometimes how the puppet is actually built, and Miss Piggy, she's a big block of foam.
She's dense.
She's dense. Yeah, I can say that too. You can't say that. And so she's actually hard to move. It's hard to open and close her mouth.
I feel really sorry for you.
Do you put a harness on when you do it?
Bobo actually requires a harness.
Okay, and for the executive producers, who's the trickiest Muppet to deal with?
Muppets come to
That's kind of the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
He's big in the room.
I think the real interesting thing for us in this project is we all know the Muppets, and we've all known them for 3 decades. But there are whole aspects of their personal lives that we don't know, and and we're trying to construct personal lives for them that match the stuff that we do know. Pepe we know a lot about because he
Because
talked.
I'm incredibly famous.
Yeah.
And he writes my picture.
So this show is actually going to give us backstory from these guys.
Yeah.
So we're going home with them.
We're gonna go home and we're doing things like, some things will continue. Fozzie dating a human woman. Is continue.
Gonzo online dating.
Dave's learning that right now.
I'm just finding out, yes.
So that means that when you fill out an online dating thing, you have to kind of say what you are.
Don't. I don't think it says species when you're. I think you're wrong.
You're talking about me and something about a date? A blind date?
Online dating.
Oh, online dating.
Yeah, that's where.
Online dating, that's where you stand in a line at the supermarket and pick people up.
Sounds great to me.
By the way, you'll never give them your name.
Did you say Jew never get them in there?
You said you never.
I think he's talking to you, Bob.
I don't get it.
Take a look at my nose, you'll understand.
You never given your name. I got it.
You know, I want to show you something. Hey, Pepe, come here.
Now what is it?
That's fine. Open your mouth for a second.
No. Please, no.
Open your mouth.
Okay.
I love to do that.
Okay.
The reps are wrong.
That's your upgrade with Miss Piggy writing staff right there.
Yeah, we're writers. We can write the show.
So, okay, so for the Muppets who've joined us, you guys, how do you feel about the show?
What show?
Yeah.
We haven't really got deals yet.
No,
I got a deal.
You got a deal?
I got a deal.
Sure,
I got a deal.
You got a deal?
I got my deal. What about you? You know?
You're on a deal?
Where's Kermit? I haven't had the phone call yet.
Kermit can't come up.
Maybe I'm not in it.
Somebody needs another right arm.
No, I think it's wonderful. We get to write a late night talk show, and at the same time, they get to see the wonders of mine and Pepe's lives.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, what about me? I mean, I am.
You're on a deal.
I wonder about your life.
They want me to be the head writer, but I don't have the deal.
You guys know that you actually aren't the actual stars of the late night show, right?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
We're the writers. Writers aren't stars.
Yeah.
Just ask Bob.
Pigs are the stars.
Relax.
The stars are pigs.
It's okay, Bob.
Wait a minute, Gonzo.
Hey, but the best part is, we write the material, but we got Fuzzy Bear to tell the jokes. That's the best part.
How is
You guys didn't write me a joke for this.
Oh, that is a good
I
idea. Tell the joke.
opener here.
Yeah, tell a joke.
Tell the joke, Fuzzy. This is a great idea.
Joke, you know one.
Yeah, come on, give
Write
us
me a
a
joke. How about write me a joke?
No, forget the paper. Come on, Eric.
What was the... No, I'm not going to do it.
I didn't think you
I
could.
don't like being put on the spot like this.
Fuzzy can't remember jokes.
Okay, well, you guys I obviously have some stuff to hash out about the writing of the show. How is it writing for Miss Piggy?
Now, see, there's a level of reality here. Those writing for Miss Piggy or those writing for those writing for Miss Piggy?
Yes.
We pretty much let her say whatever she wants. And
Yeah.
we get some of the credit.
We just write the ins and out of the commercials. The bumpers.
Things like we'll be right back.
There's more after this.
And now a word from our sponsor.
It's easy. It's easy, yeah.
Fozzie, what is your idea for warming up the crowd then?
What's my idea?
Yeah, how
Well,
would
you
you
know,
style?
yeah, I tell some good jokes.
Well,
These
that's
guys-
great. So tell us.
How does it go?
Well, why do...
He's gonna do it.
Why won't
Wait, what did you say?
bicycles stand up on their own?
I don't know.
Because they're too tired!
You see, we couldn't write this stuff.
All right, yeah, that was not a joke that they wrote, okay?
Yeah.
No, but I tell some jokes, you know? Yeah, unfortunately, Statler and Waldorf, those guys, they follow me around wherever I go, even at the Miss Piggy's show.
That sounds like an introduction, but you know they're not here.
I'm glad they're not here. Thank goodness. Yeah. But and it's really hard. It's really hard, to be heckled. But I really don't seem to need Statler and Waldorf here when I've got you guys.
Thank you.
They're over at Adult Swim, I think.
For you guys, how is it being back on TV? It's been a couple of years. What has changed since then?
Wow, picture got bigger.
Yeah, you don't have to do a real show now. You just walk around and have the camera shoot you.
Yeah, man, those shoes.
More pixels.
What?
Pixels.
Oh, I thought you said pigs.
Pixels. Three times I gotta say.
All right. Anybody here speak crustacean?
Excuse me, it's Spanish already. Pixels.
Well, you guys have been working together for years, and we saw some stuff in the clip that Bob and Bill and Randall and Bill set up for us, but should we expect to see more of your famous friends that you've made along the way?
I think so.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely have our human friends.
Yes. Do famous people. Not currently signed up or anything.
Yes.
And how is Kermit as a boss these days?
Oh, he's in a box over here.
I probably shouldn't say this, but Kermit's half in the bag right now.
Pizza. You should go get Carmen.
Wait, did you say? Did you say rizzo? Rizzo?
Fancy rizzo.
Where are you from?
Thank you all. I was in a box. Thank you for calling me out.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, thank you.
Kermit, welcome. How's it going?
Thank you. It's going well.
Well, welcome. But actually, I'd like to formally welcome the Muppets to their first ever Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And it seems like, Kermit, you've got a big new project going on. Tell me how you decided how your friends would fit into the new show.
Well, I spoke to Piggy. I told her I thought for many reasons we should have all the gang be a part of the show. And she said, absolutely not, basically. And I said, well, maybe they could work behind the scenes. She said, do what you want. And I said, writing, stuff like that, maybe doing your wardrobe. She said, absolutely not. So I just did it anyway. I just said, and I don't even know that she knows yet, so we'll see.
Well, I feel like it's ungentlemanly for us to talk about Piggy without her.
Oh, it's not that bad, really. No, it's okay.
Why can't we just leave things the way they are?
Like it when it's just us.
We're having a good
Why are you
time.
gonna make me do this?
She and I are going through a time. I think we should probably do it.
Tell us about the time you're going through.
Tell me about what?
About the times that you're going through right now with Miss Piggy.
What does your
I
time
should probably say this before what's that?
What do you say?
I should probably say that before she gets here. It's many of you may know from seeing that piece that we have sort of parted company in the romantic sense.
Doing an awful lot of nervous gesturing there.
It's kind of a personal thing. When she gets here, I just assume we didn't communicate live.
What's personal?
Oh, nothing. Nothing's personal.
That's right, nothing.
Nothing
personal.
That's right.
In this show. Nothing. We are going to show you everything.
Piggy, we're going to try to keep this as simple as possible, but also very sensitive. I know that this is a bad time. Because it is really your first appearance since the breakup. Can you tell us how you're feeling?
Fine. It's not sensitive at all. He and I have both moved on.
Go on.
I know, Kermit has a girlfriend, Denise.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Who are you dating? Are you dating anybody?
I'm not dating.
I think she's evading the question.
Yeah. So you must be happy, Kermit. You must be happy.
I'm sure I'm
In
fine.
your new relationship.
Yeah. All right. I just don't like talking about it to the world.
No?
No.
Then why are we doing this TV show?
It's
no holds barred.
Wait a minute, that's a good point.
Well, I mean, everybody has a skeleton in their closet. I'm sure Pepe and Gonzo and
I got one right inside my body.
That's just gonna do.
I don't have a skeleton in my arms.
And I got an exoskeleton in my closet.
I think that's out of the closet. Sorry. Somebody's touchy.
well, the key is you all still work together. You obviously still care
I'm
about
sorry, can I just ask one question? How come these three guys don't have little friends with them?
your agents are out there. But you guys, you've been working together for years. You obviously still care about each other. How is the working professional dynamic?
Oh,
on
no,
set?
it's fine. Piggy and I, we're professionals.
I've always been a professional.
That's mostly true. And, we've known each other for a long time. Like 40 years, right? Since you were in your over there, but...
Kermit, you still look the same.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That's
Kermit
the
looks
key.
great, doesn't he?
The key to longevity in show business is not to age.
That's right. And if you do, you have to have
You
work.
look the same, but I look better.
Well, you have clearly become a huge star. You now have your own late night talk show. How is it being the star of 2 shows now?
I think it's wonderful. I'm hoping that we can do like another show in the show. Yeah, 3 shows. Yeah, maybe on the late night show I can have a show on that.
Oh, I got it. How about we can film you when you go to the cosmetic surgeon?
Because it's craft services.
All kinds of shows.
Yeah.
Are they serving seafood at craft services?
I don't care. What you gotta do to survive?
Okay, well, we're running into some audience questions, so if you guys want to start lining up.
Audience questions.
But I do want to ask, for the executive producers of the show, about the show, how is Kermit as an executive producer of Piggy's show?
I think that on one hand, I think he's
I'm only on with you. Maybe change to the other hand.
You had your turn, Frog.
I'm sorry.
Not sympathetic to Tiger Fox. I think on one hand, he's very smart. He's a terrific producer. He knows how television shows put together. And his fatal flaw is that he has hired his friends. His weakness is that he cares.
That's okay. I'll take it.
And Kermit,
Thank you.
I love you too.
And Kermit, And how is Miss Piggy as a star?
Oh, she is a wonderful star. She's great. She's great. She's gonna get up to speed on the whole late night talk show host thing eventually. And when she does,
you try any new job, you can't screw it up forever.
That's a good point. And then we'll probably actually get into a market somewhere in the country.
I might not have hired you, but I can sure fire you.
Before this gets nasty,
That
we're
works,
going to
I want to be out the door.
All right, ready?
Yeah. Hi, I'm starstruck. You guys are some of my favorite.
I'm Pepe.
Nice to
I was just wondering, I'm thrilled to see that Piggy's the first female host of a late night talk show, and I was just wondering, are we going to get more women in the Muppets?
I'd love to. We can all sign up on the way out.
Aren't I enough for you? Thank you, Steph.
Love your coffee.
There's a little guy in a fez down there. What's your question?
Babe, can I give you this Tabasco?
Come on up.
What's your name? Nora.
Nora. Thank you, Nora.
You see, Nora has taken back some of the joke. Thank you, Nora. It's great to meet you. Can I have a hug?
So then we have to intervene here because what this is Steve Whitmire.
That's a private joke. Nobody else will get it.
Nobody will get this, but that's why I have to explain it. For 15 years, every time Steve and I have worked together, he's given me a bottle of Tabasco, one of these little bottles. Hundreds of them. Everywhere I go, I'll find it on the roof of my rental car, balanced on the steering wheel. It might be in my hoodie, in my shoe. It could be, I could find it balanced on a microphone in the studio. But everywhere I go, and part of Muppet culture has always been that we have these gags that go back and forth. Years ago, Jerry Jewell and Frank Oz passed a Cherry Danish back and forth for several years. There's a real Cherry Danish that had just dried out and turned into wood. But anyway, the irony here is that I've never got anything back for this. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I'm saying.
The idea is to surprise him somehow.
Hi guys, Phenomena. For the writers, just wanted to know what's the origin of Denise, and what about the fact that she kind of looks like Pamela Anderson?
So in talking about that piece, that's not the puppet that we're going to use for Denise when we do the show.
Denise being built right.
Being built right now. And the origin was, it has to do with why Kermit and Piggy have broken up and what Kermit's looking for in his life, and what sometimes you're still attracted to one person, but there's somebody who's sort of better for you. And I think
I'm attracted to Bill. I've been married 22 years. So
Sometimes it's the same species. Many of you can probably relate.
he does have a thing for pigs, apparently. But Denise is.
How many people have a thing for pigs? People are sick.
But Denise is not in show business. Denise is in marketing.
She's the head of marketing for the network.
She's in marketing.
So it's calculated.
She's getting some work done.
And she's a young. Cheese? What do you want from me?
My question's for Pepe, the proud King Prawn over there.
Hola, my friend.
Pepe, hi.
Hola. Come on, talk already. What are you gonna win?
So I'm wondering, other than Miss Piggy, who do you find that you're the most frightened of?
That's a good question. My girlfriend, Christina.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, this question goes to the Muppets. What do you guys think of Comic-Con in general, since you guys are already here?
It's a little dangerous. We're quite small.
That's why they keep us in boxes.
I thought I'd never get across the tracks.
Yes.
Hi, well, I do want to say thank you. You guys are my childhood. But I have a question for Pepe.
Oh, yeah. What is your name, my love?
Danae.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would like to know what happened to Seymour the elephant.
Oh, my buddy Seymour?
Sad story.
Do you know something I don't?
I haven't told you.
What happened?
I don't want to say it in front of everybody.
No, go ahead. What happened?
I haven't thought of it yet. I was hoping it would end with, oh, it's a sad story.
Kermit, you know he went to a farm with other elephants, right? That's what he agreed to tell her.
Today, you can call me later. I'll tell you all about it.
This question is for Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy, if you ever got married, who would you get married to?
Time I thought I was destined to be betrothed to a certain green frog. That is no longer the case. So, you know, it's my life. My life is an open book right now, and unwritten, unfinished. I don't know. I don't know.
She can sing?
I didn't hear what he said.
Hello, I'm Farrell. I just want to say hi.
We can make you domestic if you join us.
Oh, really? First, I just want to say, Piggy, you look amazing today, like usual. But my question is actually for Eric. How exhausting is it puppeteering her? Like your general endurance. I was in Avenue 2 earlier this year, and I swear to God, I thought my arm was gonna fall off by the end of the run. So what is that like as Muppeteers? Like how long can you guys go before you are going to die?
Well, right now, I've got this table here, so I'm good. I'm trying to make it look like, you know, she has legs and she's behind this table, but I'm actually propping her up. Gosh, Steve, how you did the Rose Bowl once, right?
I did.
And how long was that?
That was 3 hours and 20 minutes.
That sounds like a record to me. I know I could never do it.
Brian Henson gave me a plaque after that. Yeah, that was rough. Yeah. Well, Kermit's a little easier than me.
Yeah. I try not to think about it. You know, I don't look at the clock.
There really is a lot of that. You really just ignore how much it hurts.
Like, this is true.
It's so beautiful.
Do you need a moment?
This question is for the creative teams behind both shows. Given the proud tradition of Muppets as song and dance people and chickens and cows and pigs, was wondering what kind of effect that has on both the show and the show within a show.
Well, we're going to have music, but we're probably going to do it in a more contemporary way. So we're going to do contemporary bands. We'll do Muppets and contemporary music artists performing together.
Together or separately.
And also, Rolf owns a bar across the street from the studio. Rolf Stabbert. And
he also plays piano there, and they do karaoke there.
And from the creative point of view of the other creative show, it mostly means a lot of sweeping up. Sorry, too long between jokes. You see, that's what happens. You see, his question was about having barnyard animals over the set. And I said sweeping up. Never mind. Too long. Was it too long? Yeah.
By the way, the Swedish chef is craft services. Just.
That's easy for you.
He's not in the box.
Well, I know Pepe went away, but I should tell him that I am Danae's brother. I am in the army, and I know how to kill and eat prawns.
Lots of good things he's not here.
Just putting that out there. No, I wanted to ask.
By the way, what's your name, sir?
Danae's brother is good enough.
You don't have high enough clearance, Rolf.
No, my name's Derek, and you guys are a big part of my childhood too, so thanks.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, will we see Walter or Robin?
Yeah, well, they're there. I mean, Robin's
not here today, but they will be.
Robin's in schoolroom today, so
we could see anybody from the Muppet universe.
Yeah. Walter's around.
Including obscure puppets that don't remember their name. that look like certain writers.
That's right.
I'm a little nervous because Kermit taught me how to be green. But this is really important to me. How do you guys feel Jim's presence on the set of both the show and show within the show?
Always.
Yeah, sure. You know, I'd like to say something about that because we have a cast of 7 performers, and several of them have never even met Jim. Some of them have come along, they've taken over other characters. But what I'm always amazed by is how somehow the essence of what Jim did seeped through the screen and affects them, and how it guides them. And they're so dedicated to preserving Jim's work as faithfully and as reverently as they can. It's remarkable.
No, I think this guy's been around since 1985, so I feel like he's around.
All right, this is going to be our last question.
I've been rebuilt, so.
Me too.
Hi, my name is Mandy, and this is like the greatest day of my life. I love you guys so much. I mean, my biggest dream is to actually work with you guys.
Wow.
And how
You call this working?
Come here. Come here.
Go ahead.
Let's work. Come on.
All right, we're gonna work.
And we'll let you.
Yeah, my question is, how can I get there? And
First of all, you got to deck her.
Really? I grew up with you guys. You're really gonna hate on me?
Just trying to give her a little advice.
You tell everybody. Everybody wants the advice too. Come on.
All right, everybody, you just push through these things.
This may be a good idea, it may not be, but why don't all of you come up here?
What do you do?
I'm in school right right now to be a screenwriter.
I'm so sorry. Here's what you do. You get really good at it, and you don't rest. You look at what you've done and you say, can this be better? And if you're a writer, decide what you want to talk about. Decide what's important to you. Because when you succeed at something, you get the attention of a lot of people, and you're having a conversation with them. And what we're going to talk about on this show is sort of the conflict between getting things done in a way that works and being burdened by how much you love your friends and the people around you. And that's a conversation that this show is going to have. But if you're a writer, decide what you want to talk about, and then figure out a medium to talk about that in, and then do it.
Nice, good answer.
And just push right through.